After a brief introduction, Field of Dreams opens with a man named Ray standing alone in a cornfield. We have learned that he is a child of the 60s who grew up in the city and attended college at Berkeley, so farming is perhaps the last thing he should be doing. Most men, myself included, feel an immediate connection to Ray, understanding that isolation and the sense of regret that comes from making wrong choices. That was where I was in 1989 when I first saw Field of Dreams. Then Ray hears a voice that is later accompanied by a vision of a great baseball player, Shoeless Joe Jackson. The voice says, "If you build it, he will come." And Ray is compelled to do something dramatically different by building a baseball field in his corn, which will alter the course of his life forever. I did not hear a magical voice, but in 1994, 5 years after I first viewed Field of Dreams, I saw magical words printed in a Nike ad on the back of a Sports Illustrated. The words were accompanied by a vision of a great ball player, Nolan Ryan, and they did not say, "If you build it, he will come," but rather, "The only one who can tell you you can't is you, and you don't have to listen." When I saw those words, I had hit the bottom in my life, so I picked up the phone and I called for help. I quit drinking, and I've been sober ever since. Most people know that part of the story. Not too many people know that the piercing eyes of a 44-year-old Cy Young winner inspired me to try something as dramatically different as sobriety. So began my journey, which culminated in my reconnecting with my father over baseball. And likewise, baseball helps Ray Kinsella reconnect with his father as well. This was the main parallel with my life when I saw Field of Dreams, but there were others. One of the people Ray meets on his journey is Moonlight Graham, played by Burt Lancaster, a small-town doctor who once played half an inning in the majors before leaving the game and going back to medical school. Moonlight Graham is kind and wise and perceptive. And do you think it's a coincidence that he resembles somebody else I know? Here's another weird coincidence. In Field of Dreams, Ray travels halfway across the country to Boston, where he meets Terrence Mann, a brilliant writer who becomes Ray's mentor and confidant. In my own life, roughly 10 years after I saw Field of Dreams, I traveled halfway across the country to Los Angeles, where I met Frank Jenkins, a brilliant writer who would become my mentor and confidant. How weird is this resemblance?